What is up, everybody? So I'm back today to talk about a new release film. I feel like lately I've been doing a lot of A24 archive videos, Criterion Corner videos, and I've watched a couple of films that were released earlier in the year, but it's been a while since I've reviewed some newer releases, and I've been on a streak lately of watching a lot of newer films that have been put out. And I'm really looking forward to the film I'm going to be talking about today. This is a movie I knew literally nothing about. I remember when it debuted earlier this year at a couple film festivals before its wide release, and it got talked about quite a bit. And I was really looking forward to watching this because it starred Dakota Johnson, who I really like a lot. I think she's an incredibly talented actress, and the film I'm going to be talking about today is Cha-Cha Real Smooth. Cha-Cha Real Smooth is directed by Cooper Raiff, fresh out of college and stuck at his New Jersey home without a clear path forward. 22-year-old Andrew, played by Cooper Raiff, begins working as a party starter for Bar Mitzvahs, where he strikes up a unique friendship with a very young mom, played by Dakota Johnson, and her daughter, played by Vanessa Burghardt. Like I said before, I knew absolutely nothing about this film when I went into it. This movie was phenomenal. I'm actually incredibly surprised at how much I loved this movie. It's gonna definitely be in my top films of the year. I didn't know anything about Cooper Raiff at all before I watched this movie, and I've looked him up now and know that he has one film that he did prior to this, and it seems like it's in the similar vein of like coming of age. But there's something about his personality on screen and the way that he writes his character that feels like any person could attach themselves to the way that he's feeling in this movie and kind of live vicariously through his character. So as the description says, he lives at home with his parents. Leslie Mann is his mom, and Brad Garrett is his stepdad, and he's living at home, and his mom is just this super caring and loving individual. His stepdad is kind of off-putting. They have this kind of back and forth relationship. And he shares a room with his younger brother, and one night Leslie Mann asks him if he'll go to this party with brother for this bar mitzvah because she got into it with one of the moms and she doesn't feel comfortable going there. And so he's like, yeah, sure, I'll go. And he works this job where he's at like a mall food court, and his life is kind of up in the air even though he graduated from Tulane. And he goes to this party, and all the kids are kind of just sitting around. They're super bored. You can tell that nobody's having a good time, and he's drank a little bit, and he's kind of, trying to enjoy himself, get his brother to interact in this environment because his brother is apparently dating this girl, and he's constantly poking fun at him about it. And so he gets up and he starts getting everybody to dance, and he just has this really charismatic and energetic personality. And in the corner of the room, he sees Dakota Johnson and her daughter, and her daughter is autistic, and she has headphones there, and she's sitting there playing this puzzle game. And he goes over and starts talking to them. He tries to get them to dance, and they won't get up. And he finally ends up having a conversation with Dakota Johnson's character, Domino, who he says, like, hey, I bet you $300 I can get your daughter to dance. And she's like, no, there's no way that you can do it. And he gets her up, and he manages to get her to dance, and the two kind of hit it off. And the movie is the relationship between the two of them and Cooper Raiff and the relationship he forms with her daughter, and then him finding himself amidst this whole situation and taking on this job where he's kind of this starter for these bar mitzvahs, but it also gives him an excuse to see Dakota Johnson's character. And it's just this really beautiful story of self-discovery and learning to love yourself, and how certain people come to you at different points in your life, at like the most pivotal parts of your life, and help you kind of get to where you are. And that's what I love so much about this movie. I think for a second feature from Cooper Raiff, this is just so impressive. The performances that he gets from his actors is amazing. And obviously, being in the film himself, it's difficult sometimes when you're wearing different hats in a production, where you feel like you have to, he wrote this script, he's got to direct and make sure that it comes across the way that he wants to, while also giving his own performance. But I feel like it doesn't sacrifice in quality, and that his performance is just absolutely phenomenal. Everyone in this movie does a great job. And like I said, you have all these themes being juggled, the main one being this relationship between him and Dakota Johnson's character, Domino. Very early on in the film, some things happen to her where he's there for her to comfort her, and she sees the way that he interacts with her daughter. It's one of those things where she's significantly older than him. She's in her 30s, he's 22 in this movie, but she is just kind of enamored with him because of the way that he is and how selflessly he loves other people and cares for other people. And you find out in the film that she's engaged to this guy, and you can kind of see the tug and pull for her to want to be with him, but at the same time feeling like she has to enter this adult life because she talks about how she was previously married and the man left, and all the complex baggage that comes with not only that, but dealing with a child that has a disability and working with the child and all the things that she had to give up in her own life to kind of fully dedicate herself to her child, but how her child is this beautiful, intelligent human being who is really working to kind of excel and grow in their own life, and how that character gets bullied by other people and Cooper Raiff steps up to take care of them, and how it seems like he shows up in her life at a perfect moment to kind of build her up and show her where she needs to be. And then you have Cooper Raiff's life, which is, he's kind of aimless. He got a college degree, he's working at the mall, he takes on this job doing these bar mitzvahs, but he had a girlfriend who moved to Barcelona, Spain, kind of wrecked his life a little bit. He doesn't have a ton of friends, he spends a lot of time at home, and it's that situation I think that we've all been in our at periods in our lives where we're just trying to figure out who we are as people and where we want to go, and it's confusing, and sometimes you feel like you can't make the right decision, and sometimes the decisions you want aren't the ones that work out for your life. And this movie really shows that, and like, you don't always get exactly what you want, but you'll learn things along the way, and it'll build you up to be the person that you want to be. And you also have this beautiful relationship between Cooper Raiff and his mother, and Cooper Raiff and his brother, and it's just, there's so many amazing dynamics that are juggled, and I don't want to get too much more into plot details. I really don't have anything negative to say about this film other than I feel like Dakota Johnson's love interest, the actor is fine, but he doesn't have like a super interesting personality or any sort of charisma to understand why there's this tug and pull between him and Cooper Raiff's character, who is so like energetic and charismatic and loving and empathetic, where this guy's kind of just stone-faced. There's not really much to him to make you care for his character or to see like that when that relationship kind of pulls back and forth. But I think the writing is so strong and the information is presented to you so well that you can kind of push that to the back burner. But that's really the only issue that I have with this movie. I feel like it's executed so flawlessly and the performances are so great. And so if you have an Apple TV subscription or just go on Amazon and rent this, it's so well made. And Apple TV's doing a really great job between this and Coda. They're putting out some really good movies. So definitely check this one out if you haven't seen it yet. So have you seen Cha Cha Real Smooth? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought. I thought this movie was incredible. I didn't know what to expect when I went in and watched it, and I ended up loving it a lot. As always, if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel, it helps me out a lot and lets me know the type of content you're looking for. I want to know the type of movies you want to see me review. Are you enjoying things? I know a lot of people are really loving this A24 archive series that I've been doing, and I'm having a blast doing it. I'm going to do more Criterion Corner videos. There's a lot I have planned for the future, and I look forward to getting it out there for you. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.